explorers, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about Fooocus, and that's with 3 O's. Fooocus is this tooling where you can create images from a prompt, similar to Midjourney and Dall-e, but it's running locally on your machine. And I'm currently running Ubuntu. I have the latest graphics drivers for an NVIDIA card, and I also have CUDA installed, and those are standard packages for Ubuntu, so you should be able to just install them and have them maintained by your distribution. So I'm coming from that and then adding Fooocus on it. So let's switch over to my screen here, and I will go into my GitHub directory, and then I will clone Fooocus. So Fooocus is built by someone called LLLYASVIEL. So Liveswell. And Fooocus, when we got that down, we will create a new Python environment called Fooocus-env, and we will activate that and install a bunch of requirements. And this requirements versions.txt contains everything that you need in order to run Fooocus. And Fooocus is not really a model of its own. You can't really train it or anything like that. It's just a web GUI where you use a bunch of different pre-trained models in order to generate images. So you can say that they are really standing on the shoulders of giants, where they are reusing different models that people have already created. And it will create a web GUI for you, so it's very easy to use, it's very easy to install, everything is very easy, but it's running locally, so it will be safe for your use. When it comes to the licensing and so on, I'm not sure. I don't know if these images are something that you can use, and if the license is free. That is something that you need to read up on. It will generate images that are very unique. I haven't seen that they are duplicating in everything or of that, but this is still a topic that is heavily contested and heavily discussed. So keep that in mind when you're creating images. Now it's done, and you see that it installed a lot of different dependencies here. So after that, we will run this Python script in order to start it up. Entry update py. It can be run with a couple of different arguments, and that will decide which model it will download. And now you see that it's downloading a model of 6 gigabytes in size, and it also downloaded a couple of these binaries that it will use in order to run different things in your environment. And if you are choosing specific things in your environment, if you do specific changes with configuration, it will download another model. So this, I think when I ran it and I had downloaded all the models, it took like 50 gigabytes of space on my drive. So it can take a significant part of your drive if you want to have all the models and be able to generate whatever images you want. And as you see, it takes a little while to download. Now you see that everything was downloaded and prepared, and it opened up this Fooocus interface here. And here you can generate images, and you can also say input image. So here you can put in an image that you wanted to use in order to upscale, have it as an image prompt. You can imprint or outpaint. You can describe an image, and you can create metadata and so on. And you also have this advanced tab here, and here you can see that you have the presets that is initial, and any of these presets will download another model. And then you can have performance, and you can select the size of the image and what kind of image and how many you should generate. And here you can also add extra parameters, and you see that some of these are model specific, which means that if you turn those on, you will download another model. Here you have, I don't really know, it's the model settings and guidance, scale, and image sharpness. So let's see here. Well, let's create an elf in a steampunk setting. Let's see, steampunk setting. Let's generate that. Let's see. So now it's working. And if we go back here, we can see that it's loading a model. It's moving the model. It's taken 2 seconds. It's running 30 different instances on that model. And then it's running 30 again on the model for the second image. So now it should end up here in the image view. So you can actually see, we see that it created an image here. So now we have 2 images of an elf in a steampunk setting. I'm not sure if I would call that an elf. It's a woman in a steampunk setting. So maybe that feather up there, I'm not sure. Let's see if we can create a goblin in a busy town. Let's see if we can do something like that. So what I know is that it's very good at creating faces. So it's really working on faces. Let's see, a goblin in a busy town. Looks like Yoda is visiting some markets or something like that. So yeah, pretty good images, I would say. It's pretty nice. So this was what I wanted to cover today. Other parts here, when you're running into anime and so on, then it's really hard to get exactly what you want. They are very focused on creating anime characters and so on. So depending on the model, you will have very different results. So this was what I wanted to cover today. I hope that you found this interesting. I hope that you learned something today. If you liked this video, give it a like, share it with your friends and colleagues. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. If you have any comments or suggestions, leave them down in the comment section down below. And I really hope to see you in the next video.